Today I'll share two more of my Goetia evocation stories. The demons featured today are Fenix and Gusion. Our first story with Fenix is from before my Abramelin journey, and the second is after those experiences. And hopefully you will leave this video not only well informed about the demons, but also more aware of how magical results can manifest in our lives after a ritual. Magic can be tremendously powerful and is one of the best tools I've found for self-transformation and evolution. I should also warn you, if you're a beginner, there are systems which are way less risky than Goetia for you to dip your toes in magic first. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share it with people interested in the occult, and comment both your experiences with Goetia and if there's any topic or questions you'd like me to tackle in a future video. I also want to invite you to my Patreon, where for $8.88 a month you become part of our egregore of monthly rituals. You'll also get exclusive videos, an ebook of the rituals I use, and direct chat with me, where I'll be happy to hear your situation and guide you to studies and practices to achieve your goals. By the way, I like to showcase a feedback that I got from our last monthly ritual, which was surrounding shadow work. This patron hadn't seen my post detailing the day of the ritual, yet he felt intense shadow work arise during the ritual, and only found out that I had done it the next day. I hope the Enochian angels may touch your lives as they have done mine and are doing for my patrons. I am also deeply thankful to every single one of my patrons for allowing me to focus more and more in magic. Thank you very much. As promised, we will begin when I evoked Phenex for the first time. Back then I was already able to talk with spirits, but I was still only slowly developing my clairvoyance. Fenix is a Goetia Marquis, which has lunar associations. He is described in the Goetia as follows. Fenix is a great marquise, appearing like the bird of a phoenix, having a child's voice. But before he standeth still before the conjurer, he singeth many sweet notes. Then the exorcist with his companions must beware he give no ear to the melody, but must by and by bid him put on human shape. Then will he speak marvelously of all wonderful sciences. He is an excellent poet, and obedient. He hopeth to return to the seventh throne after 1,200 years, and governs 20 legions. My request to him was so both my clairvoyance and clairaudience gained more richness of detail. When I was going to the crossroads to burn the cipher and end the ritual, I saw him manifested in my mind's eye as a red phoenix with orange and yellow details. But he soon assumed a humanoid form, even without me asking. I then proceeded to burn the cipher, and he told me he had accepted the request and will work towards it. That part of the communication happened with my own internal dialogue voice, so there were no distinction between my and their thoughts. This in terms of the voice carrying those ideas. There was, of course, differences in the kinds of words used, in the rhythm of the phrases, and other things like that. I began walking home while I continued the conversation, and I asked what other areas does he like to work with. He told me he enjoys being a part of ethical magical attacks, and that he is a great teacher of many areas of knowledge, both human and occult. He told me about his intimacy with arts, sciences, and philosophy, but that his true love is truly art, so he enjoys being called to help mold, create, or improve any art form. When I arrived home, he asked me to astral travel with him. So I began the process of leaving my body, and he began breathing fire on me. After the fire, he continued talking, but now with a child's voice, almost like singing the words. As he was speaking, there was a sound resonance he told me should help me identify astral places. although he claimed that some caves and churches also emulate the same sound, but most times it would be an indication of being in some form of astral projection or dream. He also told me that those caves and churches are all great places for meditation or prayer. He then told me he would inject his energy at the appropriate moments to keep developing my astral senses. And then we began astral traveling. He took me someplace I couldn't recognize, almost like a surface of a planet. We were flying and at some point a wave passed through us, and the whole place changed. What used to be a nice planet now felt desolate. The colors which were vibrant became dull, and I fell from flight in the astral vision. He then disappeared. I felt a little anxious and would stop the astral travel, but his voice said if you manage to fly again through your own will, your senses will grow stronger. So that's what I did. I probably spent a few minutes trying to do it, and eventually I was capable of, which is weird because in astral traveling I can always just fly as I please, but this one time I couldn't. So weird. But after some insistence, I was able to get back to it. And so I thanked him and finished the astral travel, going back to my body and opening my eyes. Over the next months, I indeed saw a little bit more detail in my clairvoyance. After maybe 1.5, 2 months, I was already able to sustain the images for way longer periods. When it comes to clairaudience, I didn't notice huge changes, but he was the first entity I heard with a voice that wasn't my own. And since then, it has happened other times with other entities. So maybe he did unlock that facet of the clairaudience. But it's still not the most common. Oftentimes I still hear them with the same voice of my own internal dialogue. Either way, I consider this a big success, and I am very thankful to Fenix. His easygoing energy, coupled with his description, truly makes me think he's one of the less risky demons to work with when beginning a Goetia journey. One thing that Haziel taught me is that demons, having egos, have the same range of personalities as humans. Therefore, they can be as good, as bad, or as mixed as any human. And I think Fenix is one of the good ones. But of course, your mileage may vary. Their nature is still infernal, desolative, and chaotic. We can now go on to the Gusion experience. Even though there isn't so much to say about this one, in the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, he is described as follows. Guusion is a great duke, and a strong, appearing in the form of a Xenophilus. He answereth all things, present, past, and to come, expounding all questions. He reconcileth friendship and distributes honors and dignities, ruling over 40 legions of devils. I'll begin echoing his personality and being direct. This was a ritual that failed. It didn't bring me the results I sought, but there's still knowledge to be gained from this experience, which is why I'm including it here. And even it being a failure, I do find Gusion an awesome spirit to work with. To situate you, I was trying for years to make a project work, and I called Gusion to help it grow and achieve the success I was seeking. And the reason I enjoyed working with him regardless of the results is because he was up front. Right as he showed up, and I saw him exactly as the drawings we see online of him. His tongue was giant. He sat beside me and I told him what I sought. He went silent for a few seconds and proceeded to tell me I had karmic issues that would prevent that project from generating more revenue, but that he would help with what he could, conferring dignity in the eyes of the people around, especially potential clients, but that he wasn't capable of undoing the karmic issue. I found him very insightful, and through the whole conversation he exuded wisdom, calmness, and confidence. I felt awesome working with him. He felt prestative and honest, very upfront. Usually demons don't like admitting that they can't do a certain job. Having that level of transparency from him made me see him as a very interesting spirit, for sure. Unfortunately, my later explorations began to take me away from Goetia. Nowadays, my main system is Enokin, but even though they're running the show, they still guide me to learn other systems and encompass more of the various magical traditions. Anyways, nowadays I only do Goetia if I'm hired to, which you can do. Actually, not only for Goetia, for any of the systems I use. Just email me. You can find the email here in the description of the video. And indeed, he was right. What he told me of things to come were correct. That project didn't ended up working. I insisted for a few months after this ritual. I didn't fully trust him, so I was still trying to make it work. But he was right in everything that he said, so even though what I asked him to do he wasn't capable of, one of his specialties of answering about all things present, past, and to come were indeed proven by this experience. The only reason I don't have more experiences with him is because he felt like an amazing spirit for divination and figuring things out, not only about the future, but also about the past. And I had that feeling that he's perfect for that kind of thing, also for making plans in accordance to those divinations. But I already have an intimate relationship with Haziel, with whom I do this style of work. So I wasn't in need of another spirit for the same purpose. But I do think Guusion would be a great fit for that purpose, if I were to need it. And overall, I really like his energy. I felt very, very well working with him. And I feel like he's an underexplored demon. I don't see that many people sharing their experiences with him on the internet, on Reddit, and whatnot. And yeah, it's good to work with him. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Visit the Patreon. All the love, all the bliss to you. Goodbye.